beauty of an occasion like this. It's the one that both sets of supporters look for at the start of the season. It's arguably now more important to Liverpool than the Merseyside derby is. It's a Saturday morning. It's the game everybody wanted to see. It would have been unfair to ask Manchester United to play Sunday, bearing in mind their European commitments. Both clubs agreed Saturday morning. We're here to watch it. Barry Venison and Lee Sharp are our guests, and we're outside today to be right on top of the atmosphere, the occasion, the biggest game in the country today. That's the Anfield Road End, the developing Anfield Road End here at Liverpool. That's us, far left as you look at it. And what an occasion. Liverpool against Manchester United, live on Sky Sports. What's the buzz going to be like downstairs at the moment, Lee?
Well, when we used to turn up here, it used to be, you know, tingling and apprehensive, and it's a great pitch to come and play on, and it's a great atmosphere to play in, so I'm sure they're looking forward to it. 7 years since Liverpool last won the title. 4 times in the last 7 years Manchester United have. The boot's on the other foot these days, isn't it?
Oh, it hurts. That hurts the Anfield supporters and the players and the management. That really hurts. They were leading for, you know, the 70s and the 80s, and now Man U, without a shadow of a doubt, have overtaken them, and they're carrying that mantle now. They're the ones, they're the champions, they're the ones to be beaten, and Liverpool have got to believe in themselves today and make sure to beat Manchester United.
Team news is filtering through, and surprising from Manchester United's point of view. For Liverpool, the good news is that back today, after 3 games away suspended, is their top scorer Robbie Fowler. Out goes Karl-Heinz Riedler, so it's Fowler and Owen up front. Manchester United bring in Ronnie Johnsen. The thinking behind that we'll catch up with shortly, but out goes Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Are you a little surprised by that, Lee?
Yeah, I am. I mean, Solskjaer's played so well all season. The only thing I can think of is that he'll try and pack the midfield and try and keep a hold of Steve McManaman.
Has he handed psychologically an edge to Liverpool, making a change like that, Barry?
No, I don't think so, but what he's done is shown Liverpool a healthy respect. He's obviously seen up against Arsenal last week, and Liverpool played very well. They kept the midfield very solid. It was a good team performance, and obviously he's expecting Liverpool to carry that on today. He feels, Alex Ferguson, that he can get a result at any ground. Liverpool, Anfield's no different. Slightly different approach, slightly tighter, but he knows he's got goals in that team.
We're certainly not going to sit here and take issue with Alex Ferguson, but out goes Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, in comes Ronnie Johnsen. Saturday morning, it's the biggest game in the country this weekend. It's live here on Sky Sports 1. Liverpool against Manchester United. Can't wait. And what a boost for Liverpool, Barry, to have Robbie Fowler available today. Almost perfect timing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, brilliant. This is his kind of stage. I mean, Robbie Fowler can make something out of nothing. Left foot, right foot. This is the kind of games that he thrives on, and scoring against Man U would give him a great deal of pleasure.
Which he's done with some regularity in recent seasons, it must be said.
Yes, he has. I mean, he seems to have everything in his armoury. He's played that ball, he's off and he's come near post. Left foot, we can see right foot, box, outside the box. It's a great asset to have for your team, and with him and Michael Owen up front, it's a very intimidating front too.
Robbie Fowler, 8 goals so far this season after a late start, and 3 games away suspended, but he is available today. And for Fowler, read Andy Cole in the Manchester United strip right now. And is he doing what everybody at Old Trafford felt he could and was going to do earlier, Lee? And that is bang goals in regularly.
Oh, definitely. I mean, no one ever doubted his ability to score. I think the sticky patch that he went through, I think the fans have helped him through it. I think the team have helped him through it. And now he's got this little bit of confidence back. I think he's showing everybody what he was bought for.
He just seems to be playing with a great deal more confidence now. And Andy mentioned it on the Monday Night Football the other week. Times when he would be looking to play others in, he's just getting hold of that ball and giving it a good crack now, isn't he?
Well, I mean, goal scorers thrive on confidence, and he's worked and worked through what has been a very sticky patch for him, and he's come through much stronger and better for it at the end. And he's scoring unbelievable goals now.
Right, well, let's get a word with Liverpool's skipper, out, suspended today. What a game this would have been for Paul Ince. Fresh back from the World Cup draw this week. Here he is with George Gavin.
Paul, is this the one game you will hate to miss?
Yes, definitely. It's the it was the game when I first came to Liverpool that I was looking forward to most. You know, everyone was saying, oh, the battle between me and Keane. And it's funny now that both of us not even involved in the game. It's a shame, really, because it's a big game, you know, and it's the one I wanted to play in.
What are the boys like in the dressing room?
The boys are okay, you know, quietly confident. You know, we know it's going to be a hard game. We know United in form. They're flying at the moment.
Leave the England captain going to Marseille this year.
Sorry. And
That's Steve McManaman heckling you, by the way.
you can see he's quietly confident, as I said before. But now we know, we had a good result last week against Arsenal, which we needed. It was a lift for us, especially after getting beat by Barnsley. And it takes us nicely into this big game.
What were your thoughts when you saw the World Cup draw, Paul?
Obviously, I was very pleased. You know, all the groups are going to be hard, but the worst thing about it is everyone's getting carried away now with the draws, saying, "Oh, England should go through." And you've got to remember the 3 teams that are in our group are the top 10 teams, and it's not going to be easy. And as I say, we've got to be happy with it. You know, we could have drawn one of the big Brazils or something like that. So but we're quite confident, yeah.
Is that the danger, though, people now assuming you're through to the second round?
Yeah, that is the problem, you know what I mean? People saying, oh, I saw one paper said, oh, lucky Hodder or something like that. And for me, that's ridiculous, you know. These teams are going to be very, very good teams. We don't know much about Tunisia, so they could be a dark horse, you never know. We know Colombia are going to be very good, Hezbollah's very good. Romania, you know, they're one in the seed, so it's not as clean cut as everybody thinks. So we just got to make sure we don't get carried away with what the press people are saying and what other people are saying, and concentrate on our job.
Thanks very much, Paul.
My pleasure, Dawn.
Past 11, kick-off. Can they then, Barry, catch Manchester United?
Yeah, but I think they've got to win today. I think the main thing is they've got to have the belief, not just individually, as a team and in the manager, that they can go ahead and win the game today and carry on and go right throughout the rest of the season and catch Manchester United. If they haven't got that belief for the rest of the season, then a good result today is going to mean nothing in the long run.
They had that belief at Arsenal last week, didn't they? What a performance that was.
Yeah, they certainly did. And you know, one of the few times this season they've looked like a team that could win the Championship, but they've got to do that consistently. And the Liverpool teams of the past have done what Manchester United's doing now, which is put performances back to back. There mightn't be brilliant performances, they might be sensational, there mightn't be 6 or 7 goals, but they're winning. And they're very, very solid. And Liverpool showed that last week. I was delighted to see it.
Do United bother at this point in time to look over their shoulders, Lee, at where the challenge may be coming from?
Yeah, I think so. I think they'll be looking at everybody that's following them. They always know that Liverpool are going to be breathing down the neck, and they'll just take one game at a time and try and pick up the 3 points.
Yeah, something else they learned from Liverpool.
Heard that before.
As you do, yeah.
Taking one game at a time, that's right. Well, the Bill Shankly Centre, incidentally, opens today. Not a museum. It is, in every sense, that would give you the impression that Liverpool's future was behind them, if you see what I mean. It is a visitor centre, an activity centre, so much and more available to see and feel part of. 59 to 74, the great man was here. 3 titles, 2 FA Cup wins, 1 in the UEFA Cup, and you can even hear it as well. It's great. Bill Shankly and the visitor centre, which opens after the game today here at Anfield. There's been some titanic battles between these two down the years. We'll be focusing on them when we come back. It's Anfield this morning, Liverpool against Manchester United. Barry Venison and Lee Sharp are our guests here. What did Manchester United say to the rest of the Premiership last week, Lee, when beating Blackburn 4-0?
I think they said, we don't care where you are in the league, we don't care how good you are, we're just going to...
or who you are.
To still be as strong as they are is just all credit to them.
Wimbledon tomorrow, it's Liverpool and Manchester United this morning, live here at Anfield. David Beckham, one of the new young English breed, very much looking forward to another Anfield occasion. In and out at the start of the season, Lee, has he rediscovered his best form?
I think the whole team has. I think at the start of the season they weren't playing great, yet they were sneaking results and picking up points. Now I think they've found a bit of momentum and rhythm, and I think the whole team's coming good. I think it's probably one of the reasons why he has.
That one went in, by the way.
Let's get a quick word with Alex Ferguson. He's with George Gavin.
Alex, are you ahead of schedule this season so far?
Well, we're doing better than we normally do this time of year, I have to say that. But the other side of it is, of course, players are maturing. They're getting more experience, the younger players, and that may be a reason for it.
Would it be important for you to go 12 points ahead of Liverpool today?
Well, I think that it's important to win games, particularly against the top teams. I think it's the name of the game, really. We lost to Arsenal 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it doesn't sit very well with you, losing these types of matches. So hopefully we can win today's game.
People are already saying you're champions. Is the only danger that you might drop your guard?
The only danger is listen to it.
Thanks very much, Alex.
All right.
We're good, we're the best, and we're getting better, in short, from Alex Ferguson. What about Liverpool? Did they keep their season alive with that win last week?
Yeah, I think they give themselves a fighting chance of the result, but I think the most important thing is the way they played, and they'll be able to take talent that Steve McManaman's got, and probably don't see it often enough. But the way they went about the job, the way they held Arsenal, with Bergkamp back on the side, they kept Ian Wright very quiet, they handled the talent that Arsenal had to throw at them very well. That comes and brings them here today, and with the belief that they can handle the Man U talent, and there's an awful lot of it out there today.
I mean, it wasn't just that goal, was it? It's, as you said, the performance that they went into Highbury, probably, as Andy said, taking a draw, but winning. 3 points was a wonderful prize.
I think that result last week actually gives them a chance, or allows them the leeway to draw today's game and it not be a catastrophic result. Ideally, Liverpool want to win the game today and go on. Manchester United don't want to lose the game. A draw for both teams wouldn't be the worst result in the world. I think it's going to be a thumping good game, but I don't see it being a draw.
Fowler's back after a 3-game suspension. He knows plenty about occasions like these. But what about Michael Owen? 18 a week tomorrow. This is his first. Now, everything we've said about him to date is calm, cool, collected, thoughtful. But will this be a problem?
Well, on past experience looking at him, I wouldn't think so. He's taken everything in his stride. You know, he's a very mature young lad. He's obviously got a lot of confidence, self-belief about himself. You know, his first game really, he's took a penalty away at Wimbledon, slotted that away. He's now in the 21 squad. He's now looking ahead to hopefully get involved in one of the build-up games to the World Cup. Nothing phases this lad, and it's a delight to see him handling so well. He's got so much pace, so much ability. Roy Evans probably can't believe he's looked at he's matured so quickly and handled everything so well. And he's in the team today in front of Riedler.
Well, I was just going to say that. I mean, how does he feel, Lee? That must be a wonderful boost for him, knowing that he is first choice today, ahead of somebody like Karl-Heinz Riedler.
Oh, I would say so. I mean, he's just full of confidence. He's just playing, just full of enjoyment, I think. He's going out and doing exactly what he'd have done for the youth team and for the reserves, and to be picked in front of Karl-Heinz Riedler is massive for
And here's
him.
the old man.
Well, yeah.
Robbie
Calling on how old is he? 22, 23? He's the experienced player.
Is this the future, Owen and Fowler at Anfield?
Well, it's
And
certainly,
possibly for England.
it's certainly looking that way. I mean, they cause teams so much trouble. They've got so much pace, and they're lethal in front of goal. They're a nightmare tomorrow.
Robbie Fowler and Michael Owen, Liverpool's front two today. Roy Evans' 200th game in charge of Liverpool today. He would love to celebrate with a win. Let's hear from him. He's with George Gavin.
Roy, is this the ultimate test?
Well, I think so. I think you've got to give credit where credit's due. Manchester United have been going really well, and the position in the league proves that. Also, on the international front, the European games, they've been doing really well there. So it's a test, but it's one we're looking forward to, and it's one I think where it's important we take some points off them, and then other teams behind us do the same, because they're in a very strong position.
If they go 12 points ahead of you, would that be curtains, do you think, for you?
No, I don't think that's. I think that's rubbish at this stage of the season. There's so many things can happen: suspensions, injuries, form. Nobody should start throwing the towel and saying they'll be champions. But you wouldn't like to give them too far, and we'd be delighted to close something back today.
Good luck, Roy.
Thank you.
And let's flash back now across 5 years of fantastic action, checking out along the way the men and the music making news at the time. Work to do after that win here, but talk to anybody from Manchester, they will tell you that it was won at Anfield last season. Could it be today? The extraordinary thing is that the bookies are expecting Manchester United to win here. Can't remember seeing odds like this. 13-8 Liverpool, 11-8 Manchester United, and you can get 11-5 the draw. And the championship odds right now, United this same time a year ago 7-2, now 3-1 on, 5-4 at the start of the season, and really the bookies don't fancy anybody else. Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, all three at 8-1. Are they right, Barry?
Well, we'll find out today. Well, I'll tell you what, you just hear the crowd here. I mean, I can't concentrate what you say now. But everything's going on. I'm absolutely flying. I can't wait for the game to start. This is going to be some game.
But 11-8 Manchester United for a win here. That's extraordinary, isn't it? Is that the incentive that perhaps Liverpool would want in their dressing room? If they need one?
Well, I don't think they'll need one. I think they'll come out here and hear the roar of their fans, and I think that's all they'll need.
What do you expect? What do you think is going to happen here today?
I think it's going to be an absolutely fantastic game. I think it's going to be about 300 mile an hour, and I just hope there's going to be plenty of goals to see.
And it really doesn't matter when it's played. The atmosphere is always the same when these two come head to head. Do you fancy Manchester United?
Oh, I've got to say I do, yeah.
Is that the head or the heart?
A bit of both, I think.
What do you think?
Well, it's a cracking game. It's more like a derby. I think it's going to be cut and thrust. It's going to be frenetic. It's going to be frantic out there. There's going to be plenty of that. That's what it's all about. I'm really excited about it, but I'll be very surprised if Manchester United get beat. I'd love to see Liverpool, for more than one reason, win this game, close the championship, give everybody else a little glimmer of hope, and help Liverpool along the way as well.
Live on Sky Sports 1, Liverpool against Manchester United, the venue, of course, of the famous Kop. This is how it looked about an hour ago. Time was when it was virtually full an hour before the kick-off here. That's how it was an hour ago. It has steadily across the last 60 minutes been filling. And the roof will quite literally come off when they get view of Liverpool and Manchester United for the first time. I mean, the changing face of Anfield, that's now, Barry, but that place did used to be like that an hour before the kick-off, didn't it?
Well, you know, games like this, you're going to get people coming in that are going to be really, like we are sitting here, really excited. You know, the flooding in. This is a game to be at. There'll be a lot of people who sat at home would just love to be in the stadium where those lucky people are today. I
mean, the atmosphere that we're enjoying, as we said in Italy, I mean, I hope you feel you're here, if you are in fact sitting at home, because it's really surround sound, isn't it, from all sides. An occasion that cannot be bettered. Liverpool against Manchester United. The derby in this part of the world now.
With the Robbie Fowler free from suspension, the dilemma for Roy Evans whether to change not just a winning team but a side that performed so admirably at Arsenal. But Fowler's potential for goals puts him straight back in, and it's Karl-Heinz Riedler he replaces. Bjorn Tore Kwama and Jamie Redknapp both had fitness problems over the past few days, but both play, and Jamie Carragher continues to stand in for Paul Ince, and he and Michael Owen face Manchester United for the first time.
Well, it's no surprise to me, Martin, it's Fowler for Riedler, and that's the only change. But what Roy Evans will be looking for is the same performance from these 8 players here. Give me the same type of performance, set the same standards early on. For Ian Wright, read Andy Cole. For Teddy Sheringham, read Dennis Bergkamp. And make sure you deny them this sort of space for Sheringham. And make sure the midfield 4 work. I think they'll be conscious that the space behind them, Andy Cole's not allowed to explore it the way Ian Wright was last week. Do that, give yourself a platform, and then rely on this wonderful front 2 with such talent, such pace, such an eye for goal.
Number 4, Jason McAteer.
Well, like Roy Evans, Alex Ferguson faced a tricky decision whether to stick with a successful lineup or follow the theory that coming to Anfield requires a more circumspect approach. He's plumped for the latter with Ronnie Johnsen brought into midfield, and that means sacrificing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer despite his 2 wonderful goals last Sunday against Blackburn. And it could have been even more difficult, but Paul Scholes is still suspended and out of the reckoning.
An awfully difficult decision, I think, for Alex Ferguson. A team flying, really going well, and do you change it? You often say you never change a winning side. Such as Manchester United's strength. Ronnie Johnson's been brought in, I think, basically because the 4 that Liverpool had played so well, and Alex has felt, well, I'm going to go in 4-v-4 there. Okay, you'll defend, you'll get back when you have to, you'll help your full-backs, but what I want you two to do is, when you can, get forward, give some supply, give some support.
Anfield, Liverpool and Manchester United with Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Well, we're still within the first half of the season, of course, but it is something of a day of reckoning for Roy Evans' Liverpool team. If they lose today, they would be 12 points behind the defending champions, and their game in hand, you can balance that out by Liverpool still having to go to Old Trafford later in the season. Liverpool, last time out at Highbury, looked ready to challenge the champions. Even though Manchester United come here in pole position and peak condition, 30 goals in their last 7 games.
Just looking in the opening few seconds of this match, Martin, I noticed Ronnie Johnson's attached himself very quickly to Steve McManaman. I don't know whether he's going to go man for man against him. We'll wait and see how that one develops.
Here's Andy Cole, but it's a stray one from Philip Neville and then from Leonardson that Matteo had to go in bravely for, and he was caught by Cole. The joint November Player of the Month. Cole very much back amongst the goals. Here's McAteer. prepared to tuck it into midfield again, and Nicky Butt made it his. Well, although Liverpool kept the ball, David Ellery feeling the need just to stop the play then and give them the free kick. Give Manchester United the free kick.
Tell you what's going to be an interesting little occasion in this game. That's going to be Manchester United's first corner. Neither manager will forget what happened in this fixture last year, early on from corners. Liverpool punished so badly, and Roy Evans will have remembered that. So I think will Alex Ferguson.
Alex Ferguson admitting that Manchester United are ahead of schedule and normally come so strong in the second part of the season. And Roy Evans reaching the landmark of 200 games in charge of Liverpool today, and it would be a great way to celebrate it with a victory over the really deadly rivals for Liverpool. Whatever you think about the Merseyside derby itself, this means so much to the Liverpool fans if they can beat Manchester United. And Robbie Fowler, who has been effective in this fixture in the past and bursting to make an impact coming back from his suspension.
This is a good start. If you're at home and you're in a big game, you want a shot at goal. It gets the crowd up, it gets the fans going. Never really threatened, but the important thing, it was a shot. Liverpool got through. Good bit of passing and movement. Redknapp involved, Owen involved, Fowler involved.
Sheringham's header. Matteo couldn't get any power into the header. Andy Cole, the flag is up.
Yeah, it must have been close. Sheringham's furious with the linesman. I thought it was a very tight decision, Martin. Linesman's perfectly in line, but it was very, very close. Dominic Matteo, it's a poor header here. That's not a great header, and then he just gets nicked. He's not offside, he's not even close. Not even close. It's a good yard onside, but the miscontrol. The chance had gone for Andy Cole. He's probably happy he was given offside.
Well, Sheringham got the ball back. Matteo just couldn't get any power into his attempt to head the ball away. McManaman. United trying to win the ball well forward, but McAteer only drops it onto the head of Henning Berg. Björnevik. Alistair can't get it away. The ball struck Owen. But
well, it started the way we thought it would. No quarter asked, no quarter given. Everything's going to be fought for. Liverpool certainly felt there was a free kick for them. Seconds earlier, wasn't given. There's no doubt that was.
Øyvind Leonardsen, who helped knock Manchester United out of the FA Cup last season with Wimbledon. Schmeichel complaining that Fowler's not back the right distance. Dropping towards Sheringham. Farmer clearing. He's not done much training this week, the Norwegian centre-back. He's got a groin problem. Desperate to play, as you would expect. Phil Babb was on standby and is on the bench. Phil Neville, with recent memories of playing in Manchester United's A team, he's that young, so a morning fixture not too unusual for him. Johnson, McManaman having to mark him and deflect the attempted cross for a United corner. Gary Pallister, at the top end of the ground, of course, was such a force in this fixture in April.
Now Johnson played as well, Martin, didn't he? Wasn't it that little quartet at the edge of the box?
Henning Berg going in as well, and Liverpool looking totally secure in their defending. Ball kept in by Owen. That's a dangerous place to try and run with the ball.
Well, admirable confidence, but error of judgment, really. They might well have had nothing on ahead of them, but that's not the place to be trying to beat people on the edge of your box.
Looking for the aerial threat again from a huge throw from Gary Neville. Cole trying to flick it over his shoulder goalwards.
That's going to be a threat for Liverpool, Martin, all day. They're going to have trouble. They're not the biggest side in the league by any stretch of the imagination. It's no surprise that Manchester United, to see them 2 throws, not really up near the corners, but quite wide, have elected to throw them both in long, really testing Liverpool early on.
Redknapp can't quite get there, and Johnson fouled by McManaman. Everyone played well at Highbury for Liverpool, but McManaman was outstanding even in those circumstances, with his sense of responsibility as well as his usual skill on the ball, and of course that great winning goal. Kramer. Sheringham, it's a confident start from Manchester United, as it should be, given the way they've been playing recently. Here's Giggs. Those in the centre look disappointed as the ball rather loosely flies beyond them.
The build-up was lovely. Lovely to watch. The little link-up with Sheringham and Cole. Ball into the front man was an excellent one. This is a great ball in. It's fed in. It gives the defender no chance. A little give and go. And he should do better from here. He knows that, Ryan Giggs. 1 against 1. Plenty white shirts in the box. It's a poor cross.
But getting the better of Carragher. Cole strong against the same Liverpool player. Knocked out by Bjorneby, but only to Nicky Butt. Couldn't quite take it as he wanted, but made, with his own aggression, a shooting chance.
Well, we've had 9 minutes, just approaching 9 minutes, and already Manchester United are giving examples of the confidence they have. They're quick to everything, the quality's good. I think if Liverpool thought beforehand they were going to be in a contest, they know that doubly now.
Fowler. Bjorneby. I think he was aiming for Owen. McManaman was coming behind him. Redknapp getting the better of Butt. And David Ellery deciding that challenge by Johnson was worthy of stopping the game and of showing a yellow card.
He just catches him fractionally late. I don't think there can be any arguments about it. Referees in games like this, Mark, they often do that. It's just if one player's unlucky. Yellow card, opening 10 minutes. Why am I not surprised at that?
You're watching these Norwegians carefully, of course, now after the World Cup draw, aren't you? And there's another bad one from behind from Butt. And the card's out again.
Nicky Butt's indicating that's the first tackle I've made in the whole match. He has a point, but it ain't a good one. You can see that. It's from behind, he goes to ground. In today's game, that's a booking.
Bjorneby takes the free kick. Well, that was a chance for Robbie Fowler. He got in first.
He won't get a better one with his head, I don't guess, in this match. Martin, he gets ahead of Sheringham. Makes a good run, and Teddy Sheringham just gets caught flat-footed. And from 7 yards, well, I think the only thing that's surprising here is Robbie Fowler doesn't hit the target. Maybe the left arm of Sheringham across him just put him off fractionally. But in this type of game, it's a good chance.
Of negatives for Manchester United over the last minute or two, the bookings and the fact that a free kick found them wanting in the air defensively. They've only taken 5 points from their last 5 away games in the Premiership. Well, it's the same sort of challenge, but it's from the other team this time. It's Jamie Carragher, and it's the same response from David Ellery. Ball had gone.
Difficult. If he got one, but I think having booked 2 Manchester United players, Jamie Carragher was asking for a little bit of trouble.
Pallister with the free kick. Header from Sheringham. Finds Giggs.
I'm pretty sure that was a shot. I think as it bounced down, might have been remembering how Steve McManaman thrashed one in from that kind of area last week. I think he was looking for a shot. Not a great one though.
Well, even Alex Ferguson, with all his experience, not able to treat this as just another game. Liverpool always make it difficult for us, he says. But he also adds, mind you, we always make it difficult for them. Henningberg caught by the arm of Fowler.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Both go up arms. Fowler just got a little bit higher. Just get caught as he was heading the ball. Certainly nothing sinister. But as usual, Peter Schmeichel wants a word with him.
Peter Schmeichel taking his captaincy very seriously. Denmark, incidentally, in with France, South Africa and Saudi Arabia in the World Cup, but no time really with this fixture on the horizon to look that far ahead for a man who has made such a major contribution to the might of Manchester United over the last 5 or 6 years. And here's Sheringham heading on. Leonardson. Rather fast at Fowler, he couldn't control the layoff. Sheringham. He got back at him quickly, and it was Fowler who'd given the ball away, who recognised his error and made up for it.
That was the quality of the play last week in the first half. We got red shirts round the ball.
Owen, who really made his name in the youth team for Liverpool a couple of seasons ago by scoring a hat-trick against Manchester United's youth set-up in that FA Youth Cup that Liverpool went on to win, with Owen very much the star turn, but Carragher was in that team as well. Cole chasing. Dianaby had to tuck in right to the centre then. Owen gets there first ahead of Phil Neville, and he had to work very hard to do it. In goes Redknapp. Been a drawn game here in the Premiership this season. A lot of the pre-match talk around breakfast time today, suggesting that that might be a fancied result. But here's Ryan Giggs looking to break through for the league leaders.
Great run from Giggs, that. What a little join up that was off Andy Cole. Sheringham's won an awful lot of headers, but look at the run from left to right. He was always really struggling to get power in that shot, going across to his right, trying to hit it with his left.
And you can see the idea with a pass like that, to try and use the acceleration of Owen against Pallister. Here's Beckham. Giggs through the middle again. And Beckham has, well, he picked him out. It was, I suppose, a couple of inches too long.
Got something on it, but just not enough. Size 10 feet instead of size 8, he might have been in there.
So both teams prepared to mix it up with a longer pass as well as working through midfield. Carragher, seen by Pallister easily. Cole doing a 360-degree turn. Phil Neville. I wanting Liverpool to challenge. Sheringham. Calmly done by McAteer. Only Owen to aim for.
They're having difficulty getting an out ball, Liverpool, at the moment, Martin. They're getting plenty out of it in the defending third, but they're real difficulty getting it forward and making it stick at the moment.
United have won the last 3 meetings, including the '96 Cup final. And they haven't enjoyed a run like that over Liverpool since the late 60s.
Another little example, ball just tossed up aimlessly. It's just coming straight back at the moment. Good spell for Manchester United.
Gary Neville need to turn back and play it back. Sheringham, supported by Cole. Sheringham's shot, the ball came off Matteo as he challenged Andy Cole, quite invitingly for the Manchester United striker.
The difference at the moment, Mark, is any time a ball's played long, and an awful lot is. Manchester United have that. They have Sheringham, who's won the majority of anything that's been played up to him, and Liverpool don't. Liverpool have a couple of little lads who need it down the side, into feet. At the moment, the game's been played quite long, and Sheringham's been the key. And that says it all. The ball's been played into that Liverpool defensive third, and it's staying there more often than it is at the other end.
Well, Teddy Sheringham certainly had some good moments on this ground in his times with Tottenham. Remember a goal in an FA Cup quarter-final. He got two in a 2-1 Spurs win here in '93. McAteer. Owen calling for it. And he actually just stolen a yard then. Gary Pallister looks across at the referee's assistant on this incident where he thought maybe a flag could have gone up, but Owen's run looked good.
But that was better from Liverpool. That was more like they need to play. Look at they pass it in and then slide it down the side of one of the centre-backs.
And here's Redknapp, who hasn't had too much opportunity to go forward ahead of the ball initially.
It's a pity, Mark.
Others could pick him out with a pass.
It's a lovely run from Jamie Redknapp. The ball didn't match it. Just needs to be a little straighter. It was always going to curve away from him and out of play. The run was a good one.
Giggs, good challenge by Leonardson, not once but twice, and it might make something for Owen. McManaman's throw. Bjorneby with the cross. That's meat and drink though for Pallister. Redknapp. Stabbed forward by Carragher. Quick touch from Owen. Leicester in for good purpose again. And Giggs is pass for Andy Cole. Well, the front men can't really complain about the lack of supply so far for Manchester United.
Not the fact that it's coming as early as it is, Mark. They're getting the front men involved as soon as they can. I mean, he was well covered by Matteo. Would have had a bit to do, but the threat was certainly there.
McAteer, there's space here for Øyvind Leonardson. He couldn't quite take the ball into it.
I have to say, I thought that was a free kick. Not Philip Neville, just knocked him over.
Sheringham roaming thoughtfully to the United right. Armour attacking the ball well defensively for Liverpool. Beckham. Hanningberg prepared to take an extra touch or two and some time, and here's the authority at Anfield of Manchester United again. But it's 0-0, but here's Ronnie Johnson and Sheringham.
Just sneaked in behind Jamie Redknapp. Ronnie Johnson, Mark, got ahead of him. Just got caught ball watching Jamie.
Johnson is staying as a central midfield man. McManaman's been roaming away. He's on the left at the moment. Johnson, though, alongside Nicky Butt, trying to put up the screens there, but both have had a yellow card already from David Ellery. Pallister. Good turn from Giggs away from McAteer, but Carragher, who does that job with natural defensive air, is in the right place. Sheringham, that's played under pressure, and Johnson is very quick. Fowler's shot, it looked up over Schmeichel and over the bar.
That's a good play.
Just having a word with Michael Owen about letting the game go then, because Owen was complaining that he should have had a free kick.
Well, he was going to give it, but as the ball ran to Fowler, David Ellery says, on you go, carry on. It's a good block. Both Pallister and Baird get across and block the shot, and Schmeichel just for a moment must have thought, oh no.
We've seen those drop in before, but it didn't happen for Liverpool here. They have got a corner though. Entrusted to Stig Inge Bjørneby. And Michael happy with the way that arrived. And Roy Evans, 3 full seasons in charge. Liverpool have finished 4th, 3rd and 4th. Excellent for many clubs. And he was brought up here to expect even more than that. McAteer took charge in the end. David James was coming.
Well, if you're not sure, McAteer was absolutely right, Mark. There's no point in him undecided and letting someone nip in between them. He wasn't sure the keeper was getting there, so he dealt with it himself.
He was one who showed maybe surprising defensive strength at Arsenal last week, Jason McAteer. Very much a player with the engine to go forward and attacking instincts, of course, a former midfield man. And now having to concentrate on the defensive side of a job in a back 4 on the right-hand side. Here's the man on the left of that 4, Bjørneby well forward. McManaman with him. Anything is possible, but he opts to let Bjørneby cross. Leonardson won it well. Great challenge by Butt on Fowler. Back come Liverpool with McAteer. And that hit Michael Owen and gave Manchester United a throw.
Get hold of it, son.
Up by the halfway line.
He lashed this. This was a lovely strike. Certainly Schmeichel might well have had to deal with this. Struck it well, looks to be on target. Struck it so well.
Out of the way.
No way. Struck so well. Settled a bit, Liverpool now. I guess with both teams coming into this game, the players will be more nervous. I don't think it's a must-win situation for them, but it certainly would have been a mustn't-lose one.
Matteo. He had to work for it initially because Carragher lost out. Cole couldn't quite link up with Sheringham. Flag was up.
Almost.
Owen hasn't heard the whistle.
Almost. It's the right type of ball. If they hold up that high, the run's a good one. In fact, tell you what, that's not off. That's in line, if anything. Gary Pallister steps out and Henningberg, he actually follows the ball. There's a little bit of psychology going in as well. Michael Owen didn't hear the whistle. I'm sure Schmeichel did, but Schmeichel's saying, listen, if you come through again, this is what you're going to meet. And he won that battle.
Sheringham, Giggs, and James blocks Sheringham!
Once again, the aerial threat of Teddy Sheringham causes all the problems. It's just a straight, long ball from Schmeichel. But yet again, who wins it? It's Teddy Sheringham. And they provide runners off him. Liverpool get a little bit lucky there. First, the fact that Giggs doesn't quite get into that. And that's only fractionally wide. Real let-off.
Owen. McManaman's got Michael Owen on the left and managed to find the angle for the pass. Bjørneby. Redknapp. Ryan Giggs who played it forward to reasonable effect. Cole crowded out though, but help on hand through Beckham.
Good to see young players they may be, Martin, but fire in their bellies they certainly have. Carragher and Beckham and a little go at each other.
Well, the way the game is refereed these days, it's hard to be too fiery and stay on the pitch. You think back to some of these meetings in the past, and Graham Souness was out there, for instance, in the centre of Liverpool's midfield.
Well, he went the wrong way. Beckham made a great run outside Gary Neville. Just didn't see him.
Here's McManaman. Gary Neville forcing him infield, but the pass, switching the play to McAteer. He's given it away, and there's a break on with Gary Pallister at pace here, and 3 up with him for Manchester United. Liverpool struggling to get numbers back, and Pallister lays on the ground, holding his head, knowing that that was a missed opportunity for Manchester United. Just pass it through Liverpool from there.
Well, that was the first bad ball. I don't know why he chose to play it first time. McAteer, when he had time, he wants it now. Look at the hand up from Beckham. Now both. He wanted it earlier, but to be fair to Liverpool at the back, caught short of numbers. They backed off. He said to Gary Pallister, go on, let's see if you can do it. He couldn't.
No one had to tell Mr. Pallister.
No one's big enough.
But disarming Fowler. And now though, presenting possession to Øyvind Leonardsen. Redknapp. The idea was to bring in McAteer, and he, against the odds, got the ball back and got the free kick.
Well, that's a reckless tackle from Nicky, but I think the fact that he's been booked will mean that nothing will happen here. But I've certainly seen yellow cards shown for tackles that come in a little late, and this one does.
I suppose the only thing in his defence that it was a front-on miscalculation, but clutching at straws somewhat. Fowler, who you might remember here, completely deceiving Peter Schmeichel with a free kick from a similar position at the other end of the ground.
Yeah, this one's never struck as well, Martin. It's a far more difficult free kick than the one he scored with at the other end.
Beckham, Cole, running into the crowd really, a crowd of defenders. McManaman, Leonardsen's free on the right-hand side. Here he is. Cross Schmeichel, not the worst place to put it, but no one quite could catch up for Liverpool.
No, it was neither a shot nor a cross, Mark. I think it's in between. Neither chests the goalkeeper nor gives the front men a chance. It's a lovely break. It's the first time McManaman's got clear to run, and that it's a decent ball, but the pace it was hit across goal, it didn't give Owen or McManaman, who'd carried on, a chance to get in it. If it's a shot, he needs to hit the target. If it's fed across goal, a little bit more subtlety was needed.
Well, what we're seeing so far, Andy, is a lot of physical presence in Manchester United's attack. Strength in the air, good service to the front men, and Liverpool trying to be quick on the break. Here's Sheringham with another header. I was going to say at goal, but that was being a bit kind, I think. It was attempted at goal.
It's just a little nick in. It'd have been a tough header. 18 yards out, having to put all the power in it himself. Would have been surprised if he'd beaten David James from there. It's building up nicely now, this game. Building up nicely.
Kramer. Showing him looking for the only player really possible for him to work with. Andy Cole further forward. Liverpool were alive to that. Bjerrebeek. That's good play from McManaman, not so good from Fowler. Leonardsen showing admirable tenacity.
Did well. Sloppy ball from Robbie Fowler. Leonardsen didn't give it up easily.
McManaman. Carragher, McAteer can join in. be a cross of precision, and it's only got towards the Liverpool head, McManaman's. Not blessed with the aerial strength to just toss the ball into the Manchester United penalty area, with Pallister and Berg so adept in the air and Schmeichel so authoritative off his line. But Giggs now for Butt with time. Just have a think about it. In goes Butt again!
He was on full stretch here when he made contact with that. He was a little unlucky, Nicky Butt. The little 1-2 was a great idea, but he couldn't take the shot. He couldn't risk taking another step, otherwise it would have been cut out. He had to stretch. If you watch carefully, he's stretching at the ball. It's a toe poke more than anything. He knew the challenge was coming from beyond him. He knew he had to take it earlier than he wanted. That made the save comfortable.
But another example of Andy Cole's ability to set up for others. A player who was once branded only a goal scorer when the ball got into the opposing penalty area. Not a bad thing to be branded when you had the record that he had. But there is more to his football these days. They've looked dangerous, Manchester United, but they haven't broken through. With just over half an hour played at Anfield. No inhibitions here from an early start. Giggs. Cole couldn't quite get there, and that'll be a corner.
Almost an own goal. Colgan across the front, Dominic Matheus. He misses it by, it can only be fractions, and then Matheus just instinctive, going for the header, knew nothing whatsoever about it. This could only be about a foot wide.
Well, is it time for Gary Pallister's party piece? Certainly goes towards him, but Liverpool crowding him out. Back from Giggs, out comes David James and doesn't deal with it decisively the first time.
Well, Giggs did the right thing, Martin. He got it down, he took one touch and he tossed it back in. David James, well, this time last year, one like that, Andy Cole nodded it in. This time he was quick to react.
McAteer. Alex Ferguson will be pleased with the way his team are just shaping up defensively. Liverpool have the ball in this part of the pitch. Sheringham getting in the way. Certainly in terms of attempts at goal, Alex Ferguson's team are showing Liverpool the way towards goal, but they haven't found it. Incidentally, I understand that Liverpool haven't yet heard the final official decision on Brad Friedel from the Department of Employment, and we're still waiting for the details as to whether there would be an appeal from Anfield to try and get in the goalkeeper from the United States to give David James some extra competition. As is often pointed out, James hasn't missed a game for almost 4 years now. Jürgen Nielsen is current backup on the bench. Just over 10 minutes left in the first half. Farmer.
Good examples from Manchester United, they're defending from the front, forcing David James, they're pushing people on, Sheringham and Cole onto the back lot, Giggs and Beckham as well, forcing James just to toss it and hope that Berg and Pallister should win them.
Ferguson has mastered masterminded for Manchester United. Oh, it's James with a kick straight to Giggs, and Palmer giving the ball back to him. Masterful at the back there from the Liverpool goalkeeper. Eventually Sheringham's attempted flip towards Cole, cut out by Matteo and brought out now by Redknapp. Owen, McManaman on this near side ahead of Björneby. Fowler. Björneby manufacture a cross. Wasn't easy, but he's done so, and Philip Neville made sure that his concentration was of a high order to stop the ball reaching the predatory Leonardson, who certainly is a midfield man who comes alive in the opposing penalty area. Advantage. Manchester United would be very disappointed if they conceded a goal from a straightforward sort of corner like this one. Robbie Fowler did get to the ball. Johnson. Oh, McAteer was just caught upfield, and Giggs was waiting behind him with time to get the cross in. Matteo's header out. Pressure on Carragher by Butt. Good throw by James. McManaman. Leonardson, there's no one right of him, although Fowler now heading in that direction. Back with Redknapp. The feet of McManaman. Fowler, back from McManaman again. They've opened Manchester United up here.
Looked uncomfortable to me, Steve McManaman, Mark, when it dropped on his left foot. Never looked convincing. Great ball from Fowler if he meant this. But when he's in here and he takes it on his chest, it didn't look convinced he was going to score. He's elected to just knock it across goal. I think on the other side, on his right foot, he'd have been hitting the cover off it.
It's another Liverpool corner. Busted up by Redknapp. First to Sheringham's header is Jason McAteer. Owen! Well, Phil Neville challenged in the nick of time.
Great play from Neville. Touch was a good one. The ball fizzed in from McAteer was a beauty. At pace, it said, go and control it and you're in. And he would have been, had not Neville just spotted that danger.
Good spell for Liverpool. Björneby. Should be Schmeichel's. Alex Ferguson, I was about to say earlier, when David James kicked the ball straight to Ryan Giggs, he's masterminded for Manchester United, but created problems for his peers at rival clubs, managers who are perceived as failures for not toppling what is clearly the most talented squad of players in the country. Roy Evans still trying to rise to that particular challenge and get Liverpool rising up the table. A win today would mean so much in the red section of Merseyside.
A little bit more care when you've got it in that type of area. Jason McAteer, that ball just tossed in.
Touched on by Sheringham, Cole chasing. Well, we haven't had a goal in 40 minutes, but there's been plenty of potential for it, particularly in spells for Manchester United. But over the last 5 minutes or so, Liverpool, especially with McManaman's chance, I think Robbie Fowler did mean that back to him.
Oh, I do as well. Let's just say great spot.
But McManaman, the hero at Highbury on Sunday, will be the marksman on Merseyside this morning. As for Manchester United's hero last week, he can't even get in the team. is a foul called on Fowler, just catching Butt. He is not the favourite with the Liverpool fans, as you can detect. Giggs. And Butt is free in the centre to flick it on. No one had gone back in with Nicky Butt then from Liverpool's midfield.
Just wondered, had that been Sheringham, Martin, would the flick have been heading towards David James and not across goal?
Leonardson, McAteer wrestling with Giggs to try and get outside Leonardson, but he was looking for another avenue to explore with Fowler. Redknapp. Through again. Redknapp. Back with Carragher and now Björneby. Redknapp. That goes up against Fowler. On the Sunday, a double-header for you on Sky Sports from the second round of the FA Cup. Bournemouth against Bristol City, Sky Sports 2, 12:30. And on Sky Sports 1, a Super Sunday, Wimbledon against Southampton. We talked about Andy Cole being the joint player of the month. Kevin Davies of Southampton, we'll see him tomorrow sharing that award. And here's Cole almost getting there from Sheringham's touch on. There's been plenty of those. Look for that, the link up between the front two for United. Hasn't quite happened in the first half. It's a battle of will and skill. And Nicky Butt blessed in both commodities. He's not the only one putting the effort in, application and attitude. Very much to the fore. And Liverpool playing catch-up again in the Premiership. Looking up at Manchester United and all those years when the old Division 1, United used to come here, particularly in Ron Atkinson's time, and do pretty well, but it was always Liverpool who made off with the Championship. Very much roles reversed in the 90s. Neville. He's not the biggest player on the pitch, Øyvind Leonardson, but he's got a very big heart, a wiry frame, and he doesn't pull out of anything.
Well, it was that sort of thing they did ever so well last week with the platform where they built that 1-0 victory on. I think they would take something like that today. In general, in free play, they've done all right, Liverpool. They've defended quite well. The major problems that have arisen, strangely, when United have tossed it long from back to front, looking for Sheringham, who's been totally dominant in the air in this 45 minutes.
And it's tossed long towards Sheringham again. Not quite so dominant that time. Farmer was right alongside it. Draw for Liverpool so far at home in the Premiership this season.
That we can all get a flavour of the atmosphere. Public address system continues. Well, it's not exactly, I would call, entertainment. Continues this chap here to talk, and he has done since half-time. We've not had a record yet. Maybe we will at some point. the better chances, you would say, or most of the chances, Barry, and the facts underline that Manchester United, the better of them Liverpool's, would that be fair?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Robbie Fowler set the pattern early on?
Yeah, he did. He had a great chance with a good whip in. He just catches Teddy Sheringham asleep on his back foot, and you fancy him from here. You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to bend it in the far corner, and to be fair to any forward coming against Schmeichel, you've got to be that accurate, because if it's not top corner, it's not going in.
And when they cut them open, Fowler and McManaman with the 1-2, would that be the best chance at the half?
Yeah, the most blatant chance. Steve McManaman ran through the middle earlier on and carved them open, but this is a great one too. He hasn't switched off. He's obviously tried to lob him there.
Why didn't he go with his right foot?
Well, I don't know. He hasn't done either. He hasn't pulled it back for Robbie Fowler, who didn't knock off, and he hasn't really lobbed him over him. It's a bit of nothing. It's a weak finish.
Sheringham, Manchester United's likely lad, Lee? His dominance in the air?
Yeah, he's causing, I mean, every long ball that's gone forward, he's caused troubles. He's won nearly every ball he's gone for. This is unlucky.
It did look close, didn't it, from where we were sitting? That looked like they'd shaved the out. Yeah, you were out of your seat. And then Gary Pallister's break, 3-on-2, terrific run.
Well,
but in many respects, you wanted somebody else there, didn't you? Really, without being too unkind.
We did. He reads it well there, and I'm just egging him forward there. Go on, Pally, go on.
You can see it, can't you? Look, Beckham.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he bobbled on him.
It went off at tremendous pace and settled. Was that inevitable as we got to half-time at goalless? Can we expect more of the same at the start of the second?
I think so. I think both teams come out and the atmosphere and the crowd got to them, and the passion was high, and we've seen that with a number of bookings early on. But the game started to settle, but hopefully they'll come out second half and fire it up again.
More of that from Liverpool, eh?
Well, it's been competitive. I mean, we've seen by the tackles, nobody been hanging back. There's been plenty of bookings. There probably could have been a few more. We said there could have been one more red card. It's been a pretty open game from the point of view of chances. Roy Evans will not be too disappointed. He'll be happy that they've stood up against the Man U test so far, but he'll be looking forward to scoring one in the second half with the clear-cut chances they've created.
I'm smiling because this guy's still talking here. Still their music. I mean, it is extraordinary. Liverpool, you feel, must win this. Manchester United, well, maybe they'd be happy with the way things are right now. But there's plenty left in it. That's an absolute certainty. Our match commentators, Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thank you, Richard. Liverpool's excellent victory at Arsenal last Sunday was their 100th in the Premiership, only the third club to reach that tally, but over the same period of almost 5.5 seasons, Manchester United have won 133 games, a third as much again. 0-0 at half-time. The start of another splendid weekend of football on Sky Sports, including live tomorrow after Wimbledon against Southampton. They draw for the third round of the FA Cup. Clubs in second round battles today, hoping to draw the likes of Liverpool and Manchester United. We'll see that with us tomorrow. Here's Sheringham, who was very, very involved in the first half. Who's your money on, Andy?
Oh, thanks, Mark. let me get my coin out. I think it's that delicately balanced.
Liverpool, as they love to do, attacking the top end in the second half. Here's Leonardson. Got out of that Manchester United. They've seen Kramer come through the back of Sheringham, who stayed down. McManaman very sportingly putting the ball out. And Sheringham maybe just staying down to try and draw the referee's attention to an incident that David Ellery judged a different way to the Manchester United striker. Doesn't seem to be any damage to Sheringham. And Liverpool were throwing the ball back, the etiquette of the game observed, even in a match of such rivalry as this. Of course, McAteer making it awkward for Matteo. Leonardson. Here's McAteer. Redknapp. Just had to scurry there to stop another very quick player, Michael Owen, nicking the ball from him and certainly instigating something for Liverpool from a promising position. Well, that sort of ball from Schmeichel in the first half. Sheringham was winning, but it's harder for Liverpool, but they've got other attributes in attack and a different type of approach required. Owen.
A bit messy at the start of this half, isn't it? But neither side has really settled. Giving the ball away, a bit scrappy. Open 3 or 4 minutes. Widen it. That's what he's saying. Widen it.
Jamie Redknapp, who can play one of his classic passes, then he's playing under a slight handicap of a broken toe, one of his smaller toes. It's not something he's over concerned about. He's only discovered about 8 or 9 days after the contact occurred. In fact, he played at Highbury not knowing that there was that damage. Liverpool's throw. Johnson. Cole through the centre, but that's who he's looking for, and he's found him. Sheringham making tracks into the penalty area, just holding on the edge, but Cole with eyes only for goal.
First real time he's got in the back of them. It's a lovely ball, it's a good run. The Kwama, instead of standing up, which was another option, he decided to track the run in. Wasn't a real convincing shot. Opened him up, created the space well. The shot wasn't a great one.
We think of Ronnie Johnson in the team to win the ball and make sure the opposition are not strong in that area, but he showed it to pass it as well. Redknapp. Here's Matteo well forward, reaching ahead of Henningberg. Leonardson. Owen, number 18, won't be 18 years old until a week tomorrow. Talk about him being one for the future. He's very much one for the present, the way he's performed for Liverpool this season. And has he let Cole get away from him? He has. Chance for Andy Cole. He goes on and he scores for Manchester United. And Kavama is the culprit.
Well, there was never a doubt when he opened them up that he was going to finish this. Such is his confidence. It is a mistake. A little bit of scrappy football that preceded this. He just gets caught up at an awkward height and he doesn't deal with it. I wondered, was he going to look for Sheringham? Didn't enter his head. The confidence is flowing through Andy Cole now. That once he's through, he's looking just to get it onto his right. The less was a formality for him.
Andy Cole is 14th of the season. And just when you felt that Liverpool, attacking their favoured end of the ground, were beginning to take some of the swagger out of the steps of Manchester United, they find themselves a goal down, an individual mistake punished, as it so often is at this very high level of the game by the team at the highest level of them all. An answer. McAteer blocked by an arm from Philip Neville. That'll be a free kick.
Yeah, he was close, but as I've always said, if you put your arms above shoulder level, think like that, I think you have to give a free kick then.
So the chance still alive for Liverpool to hit back straight away. Redknapp to take the free kick. Matteo going towards the near post. There's McAteer. Blocked by Butt. Who else?
That's a waste. That's a waste of a free kick. It's a waste of a situation in a dangerous area. Shrug of the shoulders, but that's not good enough really. Should be making more of it. Change the angle. Good closing down from Butt. I think Jamie Redknapp was hoping that would be crossed in first time from Jason McAteer without the touch.
With the Manchester United fans still singing joyously as a result of Andy Cole's 11th goal in 8 games. And here's Sheringham, and Giggs has got plenty to aim at. And Liverpool, by the skin of their teeth, survived, brought out by Matteo, and while James was stranded, the goal seemed to be gaping.
It's a chance, isn't it? Just sneaks in behind Teddy Sheringham. We think he spots Giggs really well. But what an important block that might turn out to be.
To be fair, David James had plenty of help from his friends then. There were a couple on the line as well. And it wasn't quite so straightforward as it initially seemed for Giggs. Here's Cole chasing again. Kramer a little uncertain. As if still troubled by the mistake which may turn out to be so costly. Matteo. Now McManaman. McAteer getting his cross in this time.
We've got to dig deep now, Liverpool. Just got to settle, clear the heads.
Manchester United, who've been in such wonderful form, they've not just been winning games, they've been demolishing the opposition. And here they are, leading Liverpool because of this.
It just gets up at an awkward height, ran about his midriff, and he didn't really deal with it. But Cole, as soon as he picked up the ball, I thought had in his head, I know exactly what I'm going to do here. And he did that.
Well, the two opposite ends of the emotional spectrum then. Palmer staying back, even though Liverpool have got a corner. He's still got Cole to contend with if United can break quickly. They've got to get the ball first. Schmeichel has done it. Of course, the quick break is stock in trade. Well, he's hanging on to it. That must have been getting up to around the 6-second mark. But McManaman. Owen couldn't quite reach it. But he'll keep it in play. Neville's blocked it again. More howls for handball. I think it might be a corner this time.
Yeah, it does hit the arm. He's close, and again they go up. I think had it not gone for a corner, we might have had a free kick. Good pressure from Liverpool, decent response to losing the goal.
Flax and Redknapp, so that Fowler had half a chance of getting there. And with pace again. He always favours the likes of Pallister. McAteer.
Well, it was ambitious to say the least.
He's also a red-hot Liverpool fan. Jason McAteer will be feeling the situation keenly at the moment. There's still time for the home side to undermine the efforts of Manchester United to finish this match 12 points ahead of Liverpool. Björneby. Here's Butt. Carragher coming through and Butt complaining. Carragher is the Liverpool player booked in the first half. Well, Patrick Berger, there's been speculation that maybe Liverpool would be prepared to let him go. But now they very much need him to come on and try and provide a different type of attacking craft. Redknapp.
I found that really difficult. He looked to thread it through to the front two. I found it difficult to find any space at all.
Well, it was good to his pass that travelled a long way. Cole got it. Here comes Sheringham. It's a difficult one to hit for goal. He was looking to turn it back, hoping that Cole might be attacking across, but Cole rather switched off for a second. Alistair. McManaman. Fowler can turn and spots Björneby. McManaman. And Fowler got it back to him under some pressure. Here's Owen! And David Ellery had a long think and points to the penalty spot, and Manchester United are furious with that decision.
Well, he had a long look at this, David Ellery, as the tackles come in. I think it's a tough one to call, even when you see it again. Do they make contact with the ball? Does Butt take the player? He certainly goes over. You see the referee's position. He's got a good look at it. I think it's a tough one to call either way. You would have an argument about it.
But it's a lifeline for Liverpool. The responsibility rests with Robbie Fowler. This to put Liverpool level. He's done it!
Very coolly done. Just a little check to send the goalkeeper and then just knock it in the other corner. Pressure cooker situation. Cool head needed. Back in it.
The incident will be the talking point. The penalty itself struck with such aplomb by Liverpool's leading scorer. What you have to say about the shape of that Liverpool attack, that it was full of ambition and high technique, with McManaman orchestrating it. And when the ball came to Owen, well, there was such concern around from the Manchester United players, particularly the two that flung themselves in, and maybe Butt was aiming for the ball, but I'm not sure that he got it.
No, I think that's fair. It certainly was a scramble. There were bodies everywhere, there were legs everywhere. To be fair to the referee, Martin, he took his time. He didn't make the decision quickly. He took a few seconds and then he thought, that's a penalty.
Well, he's given penalties for Manchester United in the past. Sheringham. Giggs is in there. There's been a change for Liverpool. Kramer, who was, as I told you in the first half, struggling to be fit for the game today, and whether that was a slight excuse for his error that led to Cole giving Manchester United the lead, but he's gone off, and Patrick Berger will play in midfield. And Jamie Carragher has gone into the central defensive role alongside Dominic Matteo.
A very positive move. We could easily have brought on Bab or Harkness in a straight swap and kept it the same. Roy Evans, but he's taken off the defender and put on a very attack-minded player.
Well, he'd made up his mind to do it at 1-0 down, and he didn't change his mind, which he could easily have done, I suppose. McManaman. What a lift for Liverpool. Fowler.
Well, that was the most incisive move that led to the penalty that Liverpool have put together in this match. But an hour of the game played, and I'd said how they'd found it difficult to thread those little balls through. It's taken them an hour.
But I looked at the broad picture as McManaman got the ball, and apart from Sheringham and Cole, Manchester United had everyone back behind the ball. Steve McManaman really grasped the nettle there. And again showed the responsibility in the time of need. And he, although not in the end the player brought down, he really led that charge into the Manchester United penalty area. Think back with David Ellery to that 94 Cup final. Manchester United 2 penalties at Wembley against Chelsea. And he was very close to the situation, and a man of immense experience just gave himself the thinking time. McManaman's dummy, but no one was quite on the same wavelength, cleared by Beckham.
Linesman just about waited till Fowler had received the ball, and then the flag went up. I mean, I don't think that's close. Again, Berg steps out, but he steps out too late. There's the flag just going up, and the ball's about 5 yards from Fowler.
Carragher. Now Giggs. Philip Neville. Cut out by Owen, using his arm. Sometimes a referee's a bit stricter on that, if it's an attempt to deceive. Just a free kick against Owen, nothing more.
Be a booking this time.
No escape, and that's really silly the second time.
Amazing 30 seconds this young lad could have been off. Two
Sure
deliberate handballs. No booking.
Card not out.
Well,
Schoolmaster with the player young enough to be a schoolboy. Just a little rebuke. And Sheringham. McManaman. Liverpool fans love to see him in this type of situation. He's getting help from Björneby on the outside. He's got plenty keeping pace through the middle, including Michael Owen. Quick feet from him, and then losing his footing, but not the ball. It's Leonardson. Ricochets all over the place. The last one off Berg. Corner.
Lovely break again, and again McManaman led the way. It's a great header from, I think, Björneby, right on the edge of his own box to set him off. And had Michael Owen just gotten control of it earlier, just needed to slide Leonardson in.
Short corner from Liverpool. Another corner for Liverpool. Beckham and Johnson alive He snuck out the chance of a short corner this time. Björneby pops it in. It drops here for Leonardson.
Yeah, had to be hit. I think it drops like that, 20 yards, 18 yards out. You've got to hit it. Does give us an opportunity to look at that decision that a lot of Manchester United fans will disagree with. Butt goes in and, well, he will say he got the ball. He certainly got both. And he doesn't agree. I think it's one that could have gone either way, Mark. I have to be honest there.
Well, Schmeichel couldn't go either way in the end. He had to choose one way, and he went the wrong way. That's a great try by Beckham. And that needed stopping on the stretch by David James, and stop it he did.
Beautifully stopped. Textbook.
James, who was beaten at that end of the ground by Andy Cole in April, but he had absolutely no chance with today's effort, whereas of course in April he was very much at fault. Good stop here from David Beckham.
Beautifully struck there. Absolutely perfect, and that was going. That was just arcing its way. Might well have found the bottom corner.
Run on for Berger, another surge by McManaman. Owen near post. And coming in from a deeper position was Robbie Fowler, and my goodness, it was very important that Gary Neville cut that out for United. Björneby. Andy Cole forward, he's got to hold it up.
Well, I have to give full marks to Liverpool, Martin. Going one down as early as they did in the second half, they've responded absolutely first class. Picked themselves up after a couple of shaky minutes after the goal. They've really been positive, really gone at United, really asked one or two questions. The game is really stretched for the first time.
Cole, free kick.
And that spells danger. When you've got Giggs, when you've got Beckham, when you've got Sheringham, to name three, 20 yards from goal, you've got a threat.
The entire Liverpool team drop back into their own penalty area.
Well, I think the fact that there's only Cole in the box at the moment suggests they're going to hit this. Sheringham just drifts in now.
Beckham, goal! A free kick, struck to perfection. Manchester United hold the upper hand again.
It is beautifully struck, Martin. Absolutely beautifully. I think David James, leaves him too much in a gap there. His concern is obviously the one over the wall to the goalkeeper's left. Beckham says, no, I'm not going that side. I'm going to go to the side that maybe you should be guarding more. Underside of the bar, you just can't save that.
And when it's suddenly looking difficult for a team that have been carrying all before them, out comes the quality again. Roy Evans looks heavenwards in disbelief and sadness at the situation, but the brilliance of Beckham, and it's Liverpool 1, Manchester United 2. Giggs. Johnson. Now Butt.
Well, can they do it again? That's the question.
Owen just pulling away sensibly, looking for the run of Leonardson. McAteer quickly on the scene. McManaman hoping the ball had sufficient depth. It didn't have quite that.
Great ball, man. Great defender from Gary Neville. He gets an important touch in this. This is as good a ball that McAteer has played in all game. McManaman thought it was his till Gary Neville just nipped up.
Well, Roy Evans in recent games has often in times of need taken off digging at Björneby, and he's going to do so again.
Replaced by number 13.
And Karl-Heinz Riedler, who couldn't hit a barn door here against Barnsley.
We have an urgent message, but
comes on now to try and help Liverpool level it for a second time.
Belfast, please.
Reader, of course, will provide something extra in the air. Giggs. Covered so much ground so quickly. Cole. Past Carragher. Well, he made space for the shot in a way that had the young defender who started the game in midfield and is trying to bed into a change of role here.
I thought if he'd have gone inside, you know, he opened them up. He looked to me as if he's going to shape going to his right foot here. He kind of, well, he gets a little bit lucky to open his space up. And that's going to be the threat now for Liverpool, is that pushing so many men forward that they might get caught in the break.
McAteer. Johnson first to it, supported by Sheringham, who can knock it on for Cole. He'll be there before Carragher. And David Beckham arriving unattended, firing it across the face.
Gave Sheringham no chance though, Mark. They did fire it across the face, but such was the pace in the ball. Teddy Sheringham had no chance to react.
It wasn't far away from Cole actually coming in.
It wasn't. A little bit more care here, a little bit behind Sheringham, no chance to react. But that's going to be the danger. But I suppose Roy Evans has made his mind up that they need a goal. It's as simple as that. And they're prepared to gamble, losing a third to get one back.
Which makes it a very enticing prospect for the neutrals, if it hasn't been already. Giggs to take the corner. Sheringham got to it. Cole puts it in. 3-1. Andy Cole again. And we worried about Liverpool defending set pieces. And Manchester United have profited from that lack of height in the Liverpool ranks.
It's just a little touch from Teddy Sheringham. He loves that little area at the near post to exploit and explore. Doesn't get the goal himself, but enough of a touch on it that anyone poaching in and around the front of David James gets that type of goal. Little touch from Sheringham, little touch from Cole. I think that's game over. I hope I'm wrong, but I think that's game over.
Just as it was here at Anfield in April, Liverpool 1, Manchester United 3. What do we say about that sequence at the start? 7, 6, 5, 4, and here we are at 3, but there's still time for more. But here come Liverpool, and McAteer comes off Pallister. Redknapp. Beckham. It's an imaginative try. For you on Sky Sports on Sunday. Live football from the second round of the FA Cup, sponsored by Littlewoods, Bournemouth against Bristol City. And from the FA Carling Premiership, Wimbledon and Southampton. They've just hit a lean spell, those two sides. Big game for a winner. If we get a winner tomorrow, you'll see it live from Selhurst Park, and then the FA Cup draw for the third round after that. Owen challenged by Johnson. If it was a foul, it didn't matter because the ball broke to Liverpool and McAteer. Owen wanting to help out, but he's checked away, and McAteer recognising the need to come up with something more meaningful. Berger. Still be quite a finale if Liverpool can get a second. Sheringham. Owen. Man of the match, please give us a call. Your decision, 0891 111101. Well, suddenly, Andy, whether or not it was a penalty or should have been a penalty doesn't seem to matter quite so much.
No, I don't think we'll hear too much about it now. On the back of 2 goals, this absolutely sensational free kick, all about craft and precision, no real power, but it was all about bending it into that top corner, so precise. And then, well, he's been a threat all afternoon. We've mentioned him often enough. Terry Sheringham in the air, and a simple tap in for Andy Cole.
Simple tapping, but they're such satisfying goals to score there, aren't they? Because you know you've reacted quickly, and you know really you can't miss.
I don't know about that.
Personal experience? Redknapp. McManaman. Now Owen. Here's Berger. Not closed down quickly enough, Alex Ferguson would feel.
I think that's what we'll see now. Manchester United just defend the 18-yard box. We've got 2 in Butt and Johnson that will just sit in front of them, Martin, and protect them. And they'll say, go on, if you want to shoot it, shoot from 20 or 30 yards or further. We'll take that, unless it's something special. It's not going to beat Schmeichel. And then we might just catch on the break with Giggs and Cole's pace and Beckham and Sheringham's craft.
Well, I know Alex Ferguson agonised about picking the team today. He was even hoping that Gary Pallister, who was feeling a bit unwell yesterday, might report ill to make the decision easier. 1 drop out, please, so I can play Solskjaer. But he's got it right because he's kept Cole in the side. And they've been far more efficient when the chances have come. 10 on target, 3 goals to 1. They lead Liverpool.
I think when you see figures like that, you can't really argue. They've come to Anfield and performed the way they've done.
But strange things have happened over the years in 10 minutes of football.
You're thinking of Liverpool 3-0 down to Manchester United. Roy Evans will remember that. It finished 3-3.
They did it slightly longer than 10 minutes to
Yes,
get
they
it
did.
back.
It was Neil Ruddock, not involved these days. To use his own words, he's gone from hero to zero. Who got the equaliser.
I think it's what it does to you mentally as a player. If you're a Liverpool player today, it's what it does to you then.
Ruddock's still here, but not in the 16. Corner to Manchester United, more concern for Liverpool. Sheringham looking for that profitable position towards the near post again. Needs to put it in again. It's over Sheringham this time, off the head of Carragher. And brought out with gusto by McAteer. Owen. Bernardson. Manchester United have just regrouped. They happy that the ball's been played in front of their back line. It's needed. One of that back line, Henningberg, stepped in with the challenge.
They're just making it ever so difficult. They're really putting a lot of players central. They're happy to say to Liverpool, if you want to go wide and toss it in, well, we feel we can deal with that. The one place you ain't going to find any room is down the middle, is through the centre. We'll close that up.
Johnson. And they can still look to threaten on the break.
Well, Ronnie Johnson's almost a centre-back now. No, I think they've just tucked him into and in beside the back four because Riedler Fowler, Owen are there.
And there's Nicky Butt in front of the central three of Berg, Pallister and Johnson. Find 2 goals against us if you can, is the message that Manchester United are delivering to Liverpool here. Time is on United's side. Fowler. Talking to Joe Kinnear this week, he was saying that when Wimbledon got back to 2-2 recently, Manchester United's last away game, Wimbledon went looking to win the game, and of course were picked off in the most calculating and high-quality manner, and it finished 2-5. That famous Alex Ferguson watch out.
It's obviously not working, Martin. He thinks there's only 5 minutes left.
Well, he might not, but there's a bit of psychology in that, isn't there? Of course, that's an area he likes to dabble in the managerial way. It's a Redknapp attempt at a threaded pass for Riedler. He played in a winning side against Manchester United last season, Borussia Dortmund. He played in the second leg at Old Trafford of that European Cup semi-final. Cole. Giggs one-on-one with McAteer. There was a bit of help arriving in the shape of Carragher. Owen. He will have learnt a lot today. He'd love to have learnt as a winner. Berger. A drop to Redknapp. Just cracked into the crowd of white-shirted defenders. Maybe in white Manchester United today, but really like cream, they have risen to the top over the season so far, and really in the way this game has gone. But it's not over yet. Owen. Corner for Liverpool. Too much on it for Riedler. Bernardsson. It reaches Michael Owen, so it's still alive for Roy Evans' men. Manaman. Well, it is a ball that's on more since Riedler has been introduced to the action.
It just needed to be played a little bit less weight, a little bit nearer sort of penalty spot. Let him go in and attack it. And that one he was never going to be able to attack. It's been a frustrating day for Liverpool though.
I hope for so much more than Liverpool fans, and they're deserting their team. 3-1 down. Redknapp. Some of the conviction has gone out of Liverpool's build-up play. Understandable, having been so revived by the penalty equaliser. And David Ellery not liking that from Jamie Redknapp. It's a yellow card for the midfield man.
are even getting involved there. Martin raking one 60 yards across field.
Quick thinking at the throw from Sheringham, and it's led to a corner. And Manchester United still have attacking ambitions, even though they're closing in on a very significant victory. Johnson still pushing on at the corner, which goes short to Gary Neville. Quite prepared to take responsibility then. It dropped between a triangle of Liverpool defenders. And Matteo steering his header away towards McManaman. Berger getting the better of Pallister. Now Riedler, who wriggled into a shooting position there, is also very adept at winning penalties in those situations, and it's half going through our minds here.
Unlucky here. He can do no more than that. He's had to work his way right round. He's got plenty of his shot in Berger, you can see it there. Now that's a simple tap in if anyone wants to follow up.
Well, Europe in mind for both clubs when this switch to a Saturday morning start was made. Of course, Liverpool out of the UEFA Cup, but their conqueror Strasbourg beat Inter 2-0 in the first leg of the third round, and if they go on to knock out the Italian giants, critics might look more sympathetically at Liverpool. But they'll get their critics again after this. Beaten here by Barnsley, heartened at Highbury last weekend. But come a crunch, maybe not the crunch. There's the punch. Michael, not the best, but dropped for him to complete the save. Well, happiness on the Manchester United bench. Worst fears realised for Roy Evans and company.
Let's keep ball now.
Beckham.
Gary Neville offside.
Champions, the cry, and you can't argue with that. Defending champions, and I should think the bookmakers will shorten the odds even further after this result. And then retaining that title and doing something they haven't done before, Manchester United, that's win 3 championships in a row. Something that Liverpool can point to. Sheringham. Beckham's unmarked beyond the far post. How his free kick turned it back United's way at 1-1. Well, it looked as though Liverpool were going to come on strong. And no one outside him. Redknapp. Final thoughts, Andy?
Pretty convincing afternoon from Manchester United. I think they shocked everyone last week when they dispatched Blackburn second in the league, Martin, and people thought, well, this will be a different test from Liverpool on the back of that wonderful victory at Highbury. They come into this game really confident. Manchester United have again, well, they're saying to the rest of the Premiership, we are the men, we are in control of it all, and I think catch us if you can. Well, I'm not so sure that any can, but they will keep living and hoping that this sort of form can't last all season.
Well, it is a victory of massive significance for Manchester United. A big, big blow for Liverpool, who came home so happy from Highbury, ready, they hoped, for this day of reckoning. And even with a game in hand, Liverpool now looking at a 12-point deficit behind the defending champions. Not unbridgeable, with more than half a season to go, but a tall order. They went behind, a mistake by Kramer. Andy Cole confidently putting Manchester United into the lead. Then came the penalty. Ricky Buck diving in, Michael Owen and the ball. David Ellery said yes, penalty it is. And Robbie Fowler not fazed by the responsibility, a pressure penalty, and he put it away. And the scene set then for Liverpool maybe to move on, but that stopped David Beckham with a pitch of a free kick. And there was no catching him or Manchester United after that. Sheringham flicking on the corner. Cole's second goal. For the record, 4 successive United wins over Liverpool, more than 80 years since that last happened. And at the top end, where the afternoon started, or the game I should say, started with such colour, a mood of grey, grim reality, even misery now, while Manchester United fans can enjoy this afternoon's results, certain that the champions are still clear at the top, whatever happens elsewhere later today. Final score at Anfield, Liverpool 1, Manchester United 3.
Was the big difference there the quality of the finishing?
I think the hard work. You know, we worked hard the whole game. I think we deserved it, and the finishing was quality.
Andy, the manager's been as far afield as South America looking at strikers. Does that keep everyone on their toes?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, I think he knows he's got quality strikers at the club. You know, but because the measure of the club want better players. You know, so he's looking for another centre forward.
Do you feel if you can keep on playing like that, the others have got a real problem?
I would say so, yeah. You know, because we've been there, we've done it before, you know. And the way we're playing at the moment, we're scoring goals and creating loads of chances, so I can't see why not.
David, I hope you're saving some of those free kicks for the World Cup. Did it feel like a goal the moment you kicked it?
Yeah, to be honest, before it had even gone in the goal, I started to run off because I had a funny feeling it was going in. But, you know, I've had some criticism about my free kicks and my dead ball things, and I think I've just silenced them. You know, I'm obviously happy to get a goal like that.
The Championship was virtually clinched here last year. Is it too early to talk about that now?
Yeah, of course. You know, it's a long season. The Premier League's getting harder each year, so you can't really say it's all over now. You know, there's a lot of games to go, a lot of hard games.
Andy, do you think you've put Liverpool out the race?
I wouldn't say that. You know, like Dave just said, you know, there's loads of games to go. It's not even Christmas yet, you know, so you can't say that. You can't write anybody off at the moment.
Andy, great brace for you. David, Andy's the man of the match. That's him, and well played.
Cheers, David. Great free kick, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers, boys. Thank you.
And Graham Marsh of Milton Keynes wins the replica Andy Cole jersey. David Beckham there saying it's a long season, certainly getting that way for the rest, isn't it? 3-1 Manchester United. One of our guests today beaming, the other, well, I think in admiration of Manchester United's performance is Barry Venison. We posed the question right at the start, Barry, who's going to catch them? The question's still on. It might not be Liverpool now after that, eh?
I don't think it's a case of who's going to catch them. It's if Manchester United throw it away. On this kind of form, the amount of goals they score and the way they defend, they've got to cave in, and they're not going to do that. It is awesome. Fully enough, they don't look unbeatable, but there's not many teams can actually beat them. I think there's only 2 teams this season in the Premiership, but they do let you have a couple of chances.
He might disagree with that.
No, I think they've shown spells today where they can be got at, but they're just awesome going forward.
You mean when they came out?
Yeah, they're just frightening going forward.
Phenomenal. The appetite, Lee, that's what you'd have to admire most, isn't it? You could forgive them for perhaps thinking, well, we've done it once or twice, we've got a big game next week in Europe, that's the focus of attention, we'll get something out of this, but there was more than that dug out today, wasn't there?
Every player in the Man United shirt today just seems so hungry. They work for each other. The back four comes to the edge of the box, and the midfield sit right in front of them. There was just nowhere for Liverpool to go in the end.
It's extraordinary. Let's hear from Alex Ferguson. What's he got to say about all of that? Here he is with George Gavin. Can't get there at the moment. We will in a moment or so. Alex Ferguson waiting to talk to us. We'll join him just as soon as we can. He must be beaming. He won't. Nobody yet at Old Trafford will say that's it done. Quite right too. But it's ever more difficult now, isn't it, for everybody else?
It is. I mean, they're playing so well. I mean, I think the only thing that people can hope for is that they go further and further in Europe and do better and better, and maybe ease off. But I can't see it happening.
He's ready now. Let's go and join him. Here's Alex Ferguson with George Gavin.
So what pleased you most about that performance?
Well, winning's the most pleasing part of it, but I think that in the main we looked a better side, you know. And you never get it easy here in Liverpool, a young team. But you have to work for whatever you get here, and I think we've worked hard for the result, and I think we've played well a lot of parts of the game.
Would you be happy with that standard of performance for the rest of the season?
Well, I mean, you would stand at the kind of results like that in major games. I think that's important. I think that obviously performance at times was good, sometimes patchy, but then you've got to give credit to Liverpool for a lot of the football was played too. It wasn't just us, it was Liverpool contributed a lot to that game.
Any nervous moments at all? The penalty, you think that was a fair penalty?
Well, I'd have to look at it again on television. It looks a bit dodgy, but at the end of the day we've responded the right way. Didn't let it unsettle us, and Beckham scored a great free kick, and Andy Cole has finished it off for us, and it's a very good result for us today.
Why the change in Andy Cole, do you think, Alex? Is it simply down to confidence?
Confidence has a part with any football, and particularly strikers, but I also think more important that he's playing regular. He's fit again, he's overall the little illnesses and little injuries he's had, and playing regular has brought the sharpness to his game, and he's looking really fit, and I think that is very important.
Do you think you've put Liverpool out the race today?
No, I think they're a good young side, and I think as the season goes on they'll get better.
Great performance, thanks Alex.
Thank you.
And that says a lot about them, doesn't it? Even half tempted to complain about the penalty award there, and it doesn't really matter now. What are Liverpool telling us? Beaten here by Barnsley, they went to Highbury and beat Arsenal, beaten here by Manchester United today.
Well, I mean, it'd be easy to sit here and slug Liverpool, but or have a pop with them. But their season has been up and down. I mean, if you had a graph of their season, it's very much up and down, and they can put on really solid performances like they did at Highbury, and then they can lose 1-0 to Barnsley. But there's no shame in losing to a team like that today in Manchester United. You know, they are bound to hit a bad spell sooner or later.
Are they?
Well, they've had a 17-match purple patch at the minute, so maybe not. I mean, but they're bound to have a couple of bad results. But
Lee said earlier, actually, just take you back to what he said at the start of the programme, they started off a little patchy, but they were still winning. And here they are running into some form.
That's the secret. That's the secret. If you're not playing too well, keep it tight, nick 1 or 2 goals. Ken Dalglish has always had the same work ethic. We saw David Beckham speak there, and he never said anything about talent, never said anything about his ability. He said we all worked hard right throughout the game, and that's the reason, that's the main ingredient for any championship team, and they've got it.
Quick word with Roy Evans. Here he is with George Gavin.
Roy, so much at stake. Does that make it harder to take?
Well, it makes it hard to take. Well, I think until we give the goal away, you know, we were in there with a good chance. But you give a goal away to a team of their quality, and then you've got to start chasing it. Then you leave yourself wide open for what happened. But we got back in the game. We got a penalty. Had a little spell where we thought we might go on and win it from there. But again, we gave away goals which are difficult to chase. But to be fair to them, they've done that to teams all over Europe and in this country. So you've got to give them a bit of credit.
Were you concerned about some of the defending for the goals?
Well, you've got to be. I mean, you've got to be honest about it. I mean, it wasn't good. Okay, the free kick is something special. The other 2 goals were very poor from our point of view. You know, occasionally you've got to kick the ball in the stands, and we've got to learn to do that.
It's the consistency thing again, isn't it? Arsenal last week, Manchester United this week.
Well, it all hangs on 1 or 2 things. I say, if we don't give the goal away, you don't have to chase the game, then it's maybe a different story. But once you are chasing it against them, then they can punish you, and they did that.
I know you felt before the game it wouldn't put you out the race, but it's a long way behind now from where you're looking, isn't it?
Oh, it's a long way behind, and obviously we'd like to have taken points, but we've got to roll our sleeves up, and you know, it's too early for anyone to start handing them the title, and I'm sure Alex won't be saying it's all over. We've got plenty of work to do.
Thanks a lot, Roy.
Okay.
What a day it could yet prove to be for Manchester United with Newcastle and Arsenal in action. Of course, that's some game now, isn't it? Is that where the challenges perhaps are coming from now?
Well, I'm sure Alex Ferguson's not too worried. He'll be sitting back and watching them knock 7 bells out of each other, and whichever way it goes, he's winning, isn't he? He's sitting there on top of the pile, so he's laughing.
It's a big game all of a sudden, though, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I think Liverpool really needs to win today, and he just emphasised how big that game is now. Chelsea too, as well. I think they've got to hang in there.
Yes, they have. I mean, it's a question. That is the question that everybody needs to do, isn't it? You know, they've got to hang on. Chelsea, Tottenham today. I mean, full preview coming up in Sports Saturday. But Chelsea, Tottenham, desperate for points. Spurs. It's no easy task for them today either, is it?
No, that's right. But like I say, I think every team below Man United today really needed Liverpool to win.
What about Leeds United, who are in the frame?
Of course, you know, we're up there as well, so we need to hang on in there.
Lying fourth and mounting a challenge. Good luck to you with your fitness, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you
for joining us.
Oh, I thought you meant me with my fitness. Sorry.